Now, if it's clear water, I like to run no blades. And the reason for that is almost every Alabama rig now has blades on it, which is not a bad thing. But if you've got super gin clear water, I like to go with the one without blades. They really hone in on the swim baits themselves, and it just keeps the rig more streamlined to me. It's not as flashy. It doesn't scare some of those fish away. So if you've got water clarity where you're seeing 8-10 feet deep, try it without blades. See if you get more bites on it, and that's a great way to throw it just a little bit differently. Now, if you got a little bit of color in the water, or if the water is super cold, or you're trying to keep it up above some kind of structure, I like to throw the blades. Obviously, the blades are going to lift the bait a little more. So we typically put 3-inch blades on. We've got one with called the Dominator. It's actually 5 arms. It's a big profile. Putting heavier swim baits on that, and it's got 8 blades on it, so it's going to lift it up really high. So if you're fishing shallow brush or shallow wood, that's going to keep that A-rig up higher. Now, the reason I throw the 16th ounce is just for castability, and you can count it down almost to wherever you want to fish the bait. If you want to go with heavier swim baits, our A-rig is a great way to do that without breaking your arm or having to throw a 7-11. You don't have to throw a big 7-foot broomstick or a 7-11 broomstick, extra heavy. Like when they first came out, people were putting 1/2 ounce heads on a bait that's already 1.5 ounces, and that's a 3-ounce bait. So you're having to throw like a 7-11, and it's tiring. This is a very light system, and if you do want to fish it a little bit faster in that deeper water, you can go. The heaviest I always go is 3/8 ounce swim baits. That's the heaviest I'll go, or 3/8 ounce heads. So when I'm coming up and fishing these docks, I do want to keep the boat a pretty good distance away where I can still be accurate with my casts, especially, like I said, in this clear water. Now, if the water was a little dirtier, I wouldn't worry about it quite as much. But being that this water is gin clear where we're fishing right now, you want to stay off your target as much as possible, just because you don't want to get close and spook the fish and all that. But you want to be accurate with your casts and make sure you're winding it down the sides of the docks pretty close, because with as sunny as it is, those fish are going to probably be tucked up under the dock somewhere. And the wind position helps that. Where the fish are going to be, whether they're going to be on the front or the sides. Typically a fish that's feeding is facing into the wind. You want to make sure you hit all the shady parts with it. Just because of the sun, it is very bright. There's hardly any clouds. This dock up here looks ideal for what I would think of an umbrella rig dock. The wind's pounding on it. As far as direction, it's blowing straight into it. The dock's on a little secondary point somewhere. If these fish were out there feeding this morning, it's a short way for them to go to pick a piece of structure and hide under that dock and wait to ambush some bait. You always want to have your boat in position to where you can make that long cast past it, and then like this one, I'm bringing it down the front, which is the windy side. And I just had one bite it and he missed it. Didn't feel real big, but like I said, this looks like a perfect dock. It's on a little secondary point. There he is. Got him. That's calling your shot there. It's a pretty good one. It's actually a largemouth. Not a bad one. So we kind of called our shot there. I said that dock looks perfect. It's a wind-blown dock in the mouth of a pocket, in a ditch where, you know, these fish are relating to bait this time of year. Not a bad little largemouth.
And the information Bass University provides isn't your basic run-of-the-mill fishing video. This is specific information from A to Z to help you learn, get to the water, and become a better angler quickly.